Hey everyone, welcome back to Cody Tarot. I'm your tarot reader, Cody. So for today's pick a card, we're going to be doing your next big success. So whatever that coming in is going to be for you, your next big success, your next big excitement, your next big hoorah, what you're going to celebrate, what you're going to feel proud of. So we're going to be covering that in today's reading. This could be financial, love, it could be anything. We're going to kind of wing this reading a little bit and not do too much of a format. I'm just going to be pulling cards. We're going to be seeing what comes up. So without further ado, let's get into the crystals. We have 5 groups in front of us here today. And our first group is Candle Quartz. This is group 1. That's group 1, Candle Quartz. Group 2 is Crazy Lace Agate. That's group 2. Group 3 is Shangaan Amethyst. That's group 3. Group 4 is Septarian, otherwise known as Dragonstone, but this is Septarian. And last, group 5 is Black Tourmaline. I don't know why, but these striations, it's so smooth. It kind of almost reminds me of like a bullet or something like that. Anyway, yeah, it's the Black Tourmaline, that's group 5. So take all the time you need to pick your crystal. You can pause the video here if you need more time. While you're looking over your crystal, I'm just going to explain to you, to see what crystal you want, I'm going to explain to you how pick a cards work. Basically, you choose one of the crystals in front of you based on your intuition, or just whichever one you're most drawn to at this current time, whichever one you like the best. To discover what your reading is going to tell you about what's going to happen. So basically you pick your crystal with the corresponding group, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you scroll down to the description box where there's timestamps, and you select your timestamp that corresponds to your group, and it fast forwards you to your reading. So without further ado, let's get into the reading, starting with group 1, the Candle Quartz. Hey group 1, this is if you picked the Candle Quartz, this lovely little crystal. Let's get right into your reading. I'm going to start by pulling some tarot cards. Let's see, what blessing, what success, what next big success is coming for group 1? Give me one of the successes that's happening for them. I'm actually feeling called, I know I've just pulled tarot cards, I'm shuffling tarot cards right now, but I feel called to pull or roll the Astro dice to start off your guys' reading. And I'm going to pull a Star Codes Oracle deck as well. So we have the 6th house, Scorpio, and the North Node. And then let's get a Star Codes Oracle. I'll pull 2, one on each side of the reading. We'll just get a little bit extra information. We have Gemini and we have Jupiter, Abundance. Cool. With North Node and Gemini, I think pretty soon you guys are going to start to realize that your communication skills are going to be increasing. I think with the bees here pollinating the flowers, I think you guys might actually be very fertile at this time. You might actually be very excited as far as like your sex drive goes, and just wanting to be productive in general, I think is something that's coming through. Cross-pollinate is reminding me of like talking to different people and getting ideas from different people. I think it's your destiny right now to go ahead and start getting ideas from different people and like exploring what other people have to offer in the realm of ideas. I think you guys are coming up with really great ideas, but I think it's all about exchange. I think that's what's going to bring you your next big success. I think that's the moment that's coming on the way for that. So I do think that on your way to the next big success that you're having, there is a feeling of, when it's building to that big success, of sharing ideas with others. So I feel like you guys might actually help someone out. Like you might, you know, pollinate their garden and then they might pollinate yours, something like that. So I feel like you're going around being a little bit of a social bee, communicating with other people, getting ideas of what they want to do, and then also you're getting ideas to them of what you want to do. So a lot of this could be just implementing different ideas and plans and focusing on teamwork and partnerships. So for example, I definitely see you guys like showing up, you know, to a party one night, and then you meet someone who's actually has a lot of knowledge on something that you want to do, and they have a lot of ideas in that realm. But maybe they are like retired or they don't do it anymore, or there's something about something you want to do, someone else has knowledge about. And there's also something that someone else, what they want to do, you have knowledge about that as well. So this is the North Node, indicating that if you look in the North Node of your chart, a lot of these people are going to be focused. They're going to have some association with the North Node in your birth chart. So, for example, if your North Node is in Capricorn, these people are most likely going to be Capricorns that you're talking to or that you're getting this information from, right? Because this is your next big success is a step on the path to your destiny is kind of what I'm seeing with the North Node here. At least like part of the path when you start is part of your destiny to experience communicating with these people about information, sharing topics of information. This is giving me very strong like shop talk vibes. Like if you are into cars, like you're going to meet someone else who's really into cars. You guys are going to exchange information about cars and exchange like tips and tricks and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of learning that's going on here. It's interesting because with the 6th house of like health, I definitely think that really a lot of these tips could be related to health specifically. So you could be talking about health topics. Also 6th house, I'm imagining like Virgo energy and like order and communication in that way. So I'm definitely seeing like there could be some stuff of establishing a specific way of working or like working habits or something like that. With Jupiter in abundance here under Scorpio, I definitely think you might develop some kind of intuitive abilities based on this knowledge. So with Jupiter with abundance here, I think that you're gaining a lot of philosophical knowledge that is very intuitive and occult in nature. So for whatever this could be, this topic that you're talking about that is in the Gemini, the cross-pollination stage, whatever ideas are germinating around, I think it has something to do with the occult, magic, could be some kind of inheritance. It could be really deep, powerful emotions that it could deal with. And also with Jupiter in abundance here, I definitely think that this is kind of the reward coming for you is with Jupiter. There's a feeling of like a really strong, beneficial expansion in your intuitive abilities. Let's get some more cards. We have Temperance. We have the 8 of Wands. We have the Priestess. We have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Chalices, and we have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, with the Priestess here, I think your intuition is getting a little kick, like a little boost. With 2 of Pentacles, I think this is just interesting because I think your intuition's even active when you're communicating these ideas with people. It's also, I feel like you guys don't have to worry too much about where you're meeting these people at. Just follow your own gut instinct. We have the Temperance card here, which just indicates that in a way, your angels are guiding you to develop these ideas with other people and exchange these ideas with other people. With the 8 of Wands over here, I think you're going to be very busy. I think that Jupiter is expanding your energies in Scorpio to be very busy. With 3 of Chalices here, I also think that there is this vibe that friends are going to be really important, that part of your success is that a lot of your close friends are going to be involved. And I think you're moving on from a dark situation. I think this blessing that's coming, this next big success, is something that's kind of been a long time coming. I feel like it's moving forward from something that was very difficult or stressful. I think you're unloading yourself a little bit through this process. I think it is a way that you can also get to be able to vent a little bit And also, I think that you're going to have the ability to defend yourself in this intuitive development. So there could be some kind of routine, establishing some routine with intuition that is coming through strongly as far as like your next big success. Like you're going to get to the point where you establish some kind of routine intuitively. I think you guys are going to be able to see the deeper truth and acknowledge what abundance actually is. All right, that's all I've got for you guys for today. That is your next big success coming towards you and how you will achieve it. Yeah, the main factors about this big success: solid friend group, solid friends. I think you're going to get support from friends. You're going to be able to unload a lot of stuff that's on your plate. You're going to be able to defend yourself in this new job or situation. It's also like you're establishing a good work routine is the next big success that I'm seeing coming your way. Like a good solid work routine or schedule or something like that. And it's all because of ideas sharing with other people. Like you're getting a lot of inspiration from other people in this time period or coming up. You'll notice you'll be getting a lot of good ideas from others. You'll hear what someone else says and you'll think, that's a smart idea. I like that idea. I'm going to try to implement that, or I'm going to write that down. Writing things down can be beneficial in this time period. But I also think your intuition will be on point as far as like what ideas are the gems and which ones are not. So I don't think you have to worry about implementing a bad idea. Also with Jupiter and the Scorpio energy here, I just think intuitive development and expansion of your intuition is the ultimate blessing of this whole process, right? That's the next big success you get, is basically an expansion of your intuition, having more ability to defend yourself psychically from other people who have like other psychic energy that's more negative or invasive or something like that, and really getting to unload off your plate. I think a lot of these conversations that you're going to be having in this period of time, you might actually be unloading ideas that you've been thinking about for so long but have never been able to implement because you were not the one meant to implement them. You were meant to share them with others and they were meant to implement those ideas or pass them on to someone else. However, it's interesting because karma is working in a kind of trippy way in this moment. It's not just like you're doing something, you're passing on an idea to someone else and you have to wait 5 months for an idea to come back to you. There's like mutual exchange, right? So you're getting ideas that you can implement, right? And all you have to do is share your idea. I mean, the currency here is ideas. The currency is communication. The currency is thought process. That's kind of the currency that you're dealing with. And then basically you're making business deals with those kinds of elements to achieve abundance in your intuitive realms. All right, guys, I'm going to end your reading there. That was the next big success coming for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye. Hey, group 2, this is if you picked the Crazy Lace Agate. So lovely, cool stone with this white stripe in the middle. Let's get into your reading. I'm going to start by rolling the Astro dice and pulling some star codes, Astro Oracle, to see what is the blessing coming in for you guys. We have Aries, Neptune, and the 6th house. 6th house is coming up again. Aries energy, initiative taker, and Neptune, that dreamy energy. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2 cards from the star codes, Astro Oracle. And your first card is Virgo, digest, and Neptune, double Neptune energy. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo, so double Virgo, double Neptune. Yeah, wow, interesting. You guys are getting a vacation. You're getting a very well-deserved vacation. I see you guys putting in a lot of hard work, or you've been putting in a lot of hard work. Yeah, I think that you guys have been putting in a lot of hard work on your fitness, your health, your body, your routine, your daily life. I feel like you've taken care of a lot of things in your daily life. Like, you know, you've watered your plants, you've fed your pets, like you've cleaned your house. Like there's a lot of this stuff of like you guys getting really collected in your daily life. And because of that, you're being rewarded with this surprise, spontaneous vacation. So with initiative taking, you're gonna have to take a little bit of initiative to like look up vacation destinations and stuff like that. But I do see that one's gonna kind of fall into your lap rather easily. So this could also mean that if you're not necessarily looking for a vacation, some person who's an Aries is gonna come up to you and offer you a vacation opportunity. They're going to say like, hey, you want to take a trip with me and go on a journey with me to this place? I'm recommending you guys go because that could be your next big success. I see with the double Neptune influence here, you could have an amazing trip. This could be an overseas trip, like something you're doing overseas. It could also be somewhere, a trip that is so dreamy and delightful, it feels like you're traveling through a movie, or like an LSD trip, right? Like this is the kind of energy that's just like so dreamy and intuitive. I think this trip is going to take you to a place that you might realize is maybe a dream location for a home, even a dream location for like inspiration for art or creativity. There's something about blending so well with the locals and the natives on this trip and just feeling like connected to everyone there. This is like really beautiful travel energy. I think this trip is like well deserved. I think you've really put forth the effort to achieve a very stable life for yourself and a routine for yourself. And because of this, the universe is rewarding you with a trip. This is definitely something that the universe is bringing you for sure. Yeah, let's get more cards to figure out what else is about this, because the initial is not that, not too much information coming through initially. We just have double Neptune and double Virgo, so I'm not pulling too many combinations of things, but because they're double energies, it's just like really strong focus on that. It's also kind of very like 6th house, 12th house kind of vibes, you know? Also, we have the 6 over here in the Virgo card, which is kind of also 6th house, right, in the number 6. And then 26 over here for Neptune as the number of the card. And I am seeing with the 2nd, a partnership of some kind on this trip, or kind of like, we also have the 10 of Cups here, which can indicate a trip with your spouse. Let's pull more cards for the result right here first. And let's pull some cards for this work environment. We have King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. 6 of Wands, the Wheel. It's so interesting because like you guys are very successful people is what I'm seeing. With the 6 of Wands here, you're very recognized. I feel like you're very either recognized at your job. If the smallest indication of this is that you're recognized at your job and you are being promoted to a position of leadership, or you are already in a managerial position of leadership, I feel like you're a very benevolent boss. We have the golden Buddha statues around this man indicating that you share your prosperity. And we also have this woman touching the what's it called? The grain, right? The wheat. So I feel like you really are like sharing the prosperity with others. As far as like, I think that's why people look up to you and you get so renowned, because you are so generous. Like you're a very generous person. I think with 6 of Wands here, people look up to you. You're established in this community. I think that it's interesting because I think that one thing that's going to be changing before you go on this trip, it's interesting because we have the 7 of Wands over here, which indicates having to defend yourself from someone, right? But it's also paired with the Judgment card. I think you guys are avoiding a fight, which is interesting. I think because you're so looked up to and you're so like high up on the totem pole in your work environment, I think the next big success that's coming to you is a vacation where you're actually dodging a situation. I think something's going to happen in your work environment and you're escaping just in time to dodge it. It's like when you leave, something happens, you'll come back and hear about this, and the people in your work environment will be like, oh yeah, so-and-so said this, like, and you're thinking in your head, like, I don't know what I would have done in that situation. Someone else handles it and they make the situation, like they handle it very well. And it's like everything's smoothed over. It's like your allies have come to bat for you, basically. With the Wheel here, I think that there's definitely a turn of fate. The universe, it's like turning the pages. I definitely think that some Aries person is going to invite you out on this trip, or it's going to come from some Aries in your life or something like that, or you're going to get the information from some Aries. It could be, if it's not from an Aries person, that you have to take initiative to make this trip happen. But I am seeing the wheel is turning, and you guys have a little bit of a sixth sense to know that this conflict is coming, is kind of what I'm seeing. And so while you're on this trip, like, you know it's happening with this 7 of Wands card. You know back home, or back where you were at, this conflict is happening, but your judgment is telling you that you needed to be away for this just it's almost like, you know, at parties and stuff, when other people are like about to talk shit about you and you know they need to vent and you just like leave the room so they can do it because you're like, okay, I'm not going to get in the way of you talking shit. Like, I know you want to, so I'm just going to get out of here so you can have your privacy. Or if someone just needs privacy, right? Say someone needs privacy to do or say something that you're not really like, you don't want to hear. It's not that you don't want to hear it. It's just that you know they don't want you to hear it, right? So you just leave the room anyway. So that's kind of the vibe here. It's like there's some conflict that's brewing and you know they don't want you to be around, or people don't want you to see this conflict or something. So you just leave the room. Like you leave, you go on this trip. I think it's interesting because with the 10 of Cups, I am seeing you take it with a spouse. And if you're not taking it with a spouse, you're taking this trip with a significant other, a romantic partner is kind of what I'm seeing. It's interesting because I do see that if this trip happens and you're like single on this trip, chances are one of the big successes coming your way is you're going to meet someone on this trip that could develop into a long-term romance, right? 10 of Cups talks about happy family, happy home life. So I do see this trip, you're spending it with someone you love really dearly, right? Could be someone in your immediate family as well as a last resort. Although I am seeing romance for most of you. If that does not pan out that way, it's going to be someone from your immediate family, like a brother or a sister or a parent or something like that, or you're going on a trip with your family. Kudos to you guys, because to get the 6 of Wands and the King of Pentacles, you are doing something right in your job, in your work environment. You have set things up the right way to where you're very loved. You are very loved. I don't think that anything could get in the way of your renown and popularity. I think that something that's coming through in this situation here is that even though fate can change things and unexpected events can happen, like what's going to happen but while you're on this trip, you're still going to come back. And one of the big successes is that you're going to realize people still love you, even if there was a little bit of an explosion while you were gone, or even if people couldn't handle something while you were away, you know that people still love you and appreciate you, right? Even if they needed to say something nasty, because I did pick up that talk shit thing, right? Even if someone needs to say something or do something or just needs space in the work environment away from you, they still respect you. That's the thing. Like, no one can hate you. You're not hated. It's so weird. It's like, you're just so loved. It's crazy. Like, especially how do I put this? Like, you have golden Buddha statues around you. You're turning other people to gold, right? Like, you're making other people valuable commodities, right? It's not just you that's succeeding. You're bringing other people up with you. I really feel for this group to pull an extra card, so I'm going to do that. Let's see. We have the 5 of Swords. Yeah, it's interesting because I think there's a sense of boundaries with this vacation. I think that you leaving could make people realize that there's a sense of boundaries between you and them. It could be that people were too clingy or something like that to you. Like, you had too many admirers and you had to like set some boundaries. Like, look, like, you can't cross this line. Like, I know you guys love me, but you can't cross this line. Like, I'm my own person. You can't cross this line. Like, some of you are famous and you're setting boundaries publicly, or and you're taking this trip to establish those boundaries. So you're saying like, all right, guys, I know I've been active on social media for like 2 years now. I know I have a lot of followers. I know I have a lot of people that are watching me. Here's the thing. I need a vacation and I'm taking a break. Like, I'm taking a break and I don't want to be bothered. Like, I feel like you guys are really laying down the law here, you know, like, and a lot of you are just like bosses or managers in a boss position. You're just saying like, I need a vacation, you know, like, I need a vacation. An opportunity came up and I'm drawing a line in the sand, right? And here's all these people, you're drawing the line in the sand and they're respecting you. They're bowing. They have their hands folded in prayer. They're saying, yes, whatever you need, right? They're respecting you. You have the respect of your constituents, I guess you could say. Constituents was a weird choice of words, but I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, I think on this trip with Neptune, you're going to have strong judgment as well. There's a strong feeling of knowing you're in the right place at the right time. Yeah, honestly, your big reward is like a realization as well, you know, and just feeling that like, even if you're away from your work and everything like that, you're still connected to the world, right? You're still connected to the greater, bigger world around you, you know? Neptune is kind of the ruler of like the ocean and stuff. So like, there's this vibe of like being connected to everything, not just like your little world where you're the best person for all these people, but you're connected to like everything else, right? You're getting out there and exploring and expanding, you know, and you get to do it with your significant other, which is really, really cool. All right, I'm going to end the reading there. Thank you guys again for letting me read for you. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. I'll see you guys in the next pick a card, and moving on to group three with the Shangaan Amethyst. Thank you guys again. Hey, group 3, this is if you picked the Shangaan Amethyst. This cool, it's kind of dark in this lighting, but if you shine a light, backlight it through it, it's a really cool stone. It has like cool glowing effects. Yeah, let's get into your reading. I'm going to roll the Astro Dice first. See what kind of blessing this is. You have Aquarius, first house, and Saturn. Interesting. Okay, so then we're going to draw some Astro Oracle cards. Let's get some Astro Oracle cards to see what this great big success is going to be. We have Cancer appearing over here in this corner, and we have 6th house appearing over here, sustainability. It's so interesting because all groups so far, the 6th house has shown up, and we have 444. We have the 4, which represents Cancer, and the 6th house, which is number 44. So angel number 444, confirmation for you guys if you've been seeing angel number 444. Any combination of 4s and 1s could be beneficial, so just keep that out there. This could be confirmation that this reading is for you and not to click away if you've been seeing 444 lately. So let's get into it. It's interesting because these energies are kind of separate, but I'm just going to get into what I'm seeing. So with 6th house sustainability, it's really interesting because we have Aquarius here, which is the innovator. This is an energy of innovation within your health picture, innovation within your routine. So basically what I'm seeing is you guys are changing up the way you do things, right? If you are fitness enthusiasts, because I am seeing the 1st house here, which represents your appearance and your body. If you are a fitness enthusiast, you are changing up the way you are doing your workouts or something like that. And it is showing in your physical form. So something that I'm seeing also is that with the 6th house and Aquarius here, you could be changing up your routine or your schedule. Maybe every day you woke up at, 8 a.m. and you drank a cup of coffee, and then at 9 a.m. you went on a walk or something like that. And maybe you're changing it up to where you're waking up earlier. Like maybe you're waking up at 6, having your cup of coffee at 7, and then having some time in between before your walk at 9 or something, you're going to do something else, like read a book or something like that. There's something about changing up your routine and your schedule and innovating within that, right? So not doing the same predictable thing every single day. So maybe you guys, with the gym analogy, because we have the 1st house here, were someone who would do the same workouts every day of the week. Like every Wednesday I'm doing chest, and every Thursday I'm doing back, and I'm just going to do that. And maybe it's time to switch it up. And your angels and guides are even saying, like, if you switch it up, this could lead to a different chain of events in your life, where you could end up with this situation right here. Which is with Cancer, Immerse, and Saturn. I think you guys are going to really dive deep into some hard work. Why is this a blessing? Because I think this is a long time coming. I think you guys have been out of work for a while. I honestly think that you have had it really easy, and it's been bothering you. Like you actually want to work hard, like you want to put in the effort. And I think that with Cancer here, this energy is coming through as the home, right? The home energy. And I do think you will be working hard in a home environment. I think you will be setting up, it could even be that you're switching up your routine to have a home gym and you don't even realize it, but like when you make the home gym, you're actually like way more productive in that home gym. I know I'm talking a lot about working out, and not all of you are as into fitness as like me or some other people, but honestly, what I'm mainly seeing is you're switching up your routine, you're innovating within that routine, and you're creating a new schedule, which frees up a lot of time at home for you to get a lot of work done, right? Maybe you guys work from home and you just find it so difficult to focus or concentrate or even kind of come up with like brand new ideas or something like that. There's something about like switching up your routine. I don't know if you guys have ever read the book. What's that book called? Oh my gosh. I think it's called The Power of When, like When. And the guy talks about setting up your schedule based on your chronotype, which is like, I think there's like a wolf, a lion, a bear, and a dolphin. And so based on your natural sleep schedule, you change up your routine. You guys could probably be finding some kind of information about that. It doesn't have to be that book, right? I actually read that book. I adopted it for a while. It was good while it lasted. And then like I switched up back to a normal free flowing kind of just whenever I wanted to do what I wanted to do kind of routine. I still stay up late at night because I would be the wolf chronotype, but yeah. So basically you're switching up your routine. You're getting involved in different ways of organizing your life, and you're innovating within that. You're thinking outside the box too. I think it's not just looking and reading some kind of someone's schedule, someone saying like, yeah, if you wake up early, like you get your day started and you're a healthier person, and you go to bed early and you're just healthier, right? I think honestly, like with the Aquarius energy, you're reading a lot, you're learning a lot of information, you're assimilating a lot of facts, and then you're innovating with those facts. You're like a chemist when it comes to your daily routine in your life that you're establishing. This could also be a change in your work schedule. If you're working like a regular job, like you guys have a 9 to 5, or you have like a specific job you're working, maybe you switch up your work hours where you're not working in the morning anymore, you're working in the evening, or vice versa. Basically, a lot of these changes and switching up your routine is going to have a strong effect on your appearance. That's why I keep talking about fitness, because honestly, a lot of you, it's going to be a fitness thing. But for others of you, the routine, without even working out, without even changing your health habits, changing your routine when you eat, when you drink, when you wake up, when you work, when you clean, when all those things are happening, it's going to have a glowing effect on your appearance. I think people are going to notice a difference in you, in your energy levels, in your looks. I think honestly, it's going to cause you guys to lose some weight, which is interesting. I think just by switching up your routine, you guys are going to lose some weight. Then with Saturn and Cancer here, I think that you're really going to free up a lot of time to have a lot of energy in your own home environment, right? Cancer talks about being nurturing or the home environment. And with Saturn here, I think it talks about a necessary period of wanting more hard work in your life. Because Saturn in a blessing reading is not going to be about restriction. It's going to be about hard work or career success, right? This can indicate career success in the home as well. Because Saturn rules the 10th house, which is like career, right? So I am seeing that there's this vibe of like working from home that becomes really beneficial. Like moving, it could be that your routine, you spend a lot of time at the office, and just moving to your home environment like switches it up so much that it like frees up a lot of energy, right? So that's kind of the next big blessing. I'm going to pull some tarot cards now to see what else is around this blessing, what else is happening with it. Let's see. Yeah, it's interesting. I honestly see like there's this woman here. She's so luxurious and she's counting her pentacles, right? And there's a little treasure chest here. I do think that you guys are going to end up with a substantial amount of money from this hard work from home and changing up your routine. I think you guys are going to be counting your coins a little bit. With Prince of Wands, you have renewed energy, renewed like a child. The Prince is the youngest in this deck. And you have a renewed sense of energy. I think you're going to have more better balance with priorities in your life. I think that if you were out of balance before, like maybe you never found time to like cook your dinner and you had to eat out fast food, or maybe you never found time to read your favorite book and you just want to carve out some time to read that favorite book of yours. I think that with this Prince of Wands energy, you're going to have a lot of balance, a lot of ability to balance your life in various different ways because you're innovating with this schedule. With Nine of Wands, it shows me that this innovation is a long time coming. It's been a long time. You've been stuck in the same schedule, the same routine, doing the same exact thing. And just through the fact of purely changing it up, it's going to make you feel lighter. It's going to make you feel better and healthier. With Five of Pentacles, I also see you guys could be suffering financially from whatever your schedule is going through right now. For example, if you are night owls and you are waking up too early in the morning to go to work, your performance at work, because you're naturally more awake at night, is making your how do I put this? If the boss is coming in, like having you come in at like really early, like 6 or 7 in the morning, even earlier, like say you work, like I know people who work at Starbucks are there at like 4, right? 4 a.m. If you're working that early and you're not naturally a morning person, I do see that like you've suffered financially from it. Like if your job, you get commission or something like that and you're doing sales, like as an example, you would be losing the commission because you're not making good sales because you're not on top form. You're not top priority. What am I trying to say? You're not top, make your health a priority. That's something that's coming through. But you're not at top, you're not your top game, right? You're not at peak performance, right? You're suffering, you know, for example, for a lot of you that this is the workout analogy, maybe you're working out really late at night or really early in the morning, one or the other, and one's just not working for you. And it just, you switch up your schedule and you change your workouts, and just the timing of changing your workout, it like helps you grow and develop your muscles even like bigger. With Two of Wands, I see that definitely there's this feeling of planning a lot of this from home, doing a lot of this innovation work from home, thinking about this from home, doing online research, internet research. Yeah, and then before you implement the plans in your outer world. Also at the Nine of Swords here, I do think that initially, just so you guys know, initially when you go through this switch in schedule, your outer life will manifest good things. Your routine, you'll be more productive. I also think that people will be acknowledging your looks again, like you'll be glowing. However, I do think there's a little bit of residual subconscious energy going on where you might have a little bit of nightmares along with this blessing. It's something about changing this schedule or this routine or how you've changed what's going on in your environment. And I think that you have like you know how when your body gets used to a certain rhythm or a certain like times, like certain things happen, like for example, say you switching your eating habits from noon to 3, so you're eating from 10 a.m. and then you skip noon and you just eat at 3 or something like that. With the Nine of Swords here, the energy is very much like at noon when you used to eat, you would get a little anxiety or something like that. But because you're switching your schedule, you have to wait till 3 or something like that. There's little phantom pains from your previous schedule emerging. And the cards are just urging you that these are just like little, I don't think they're going to hurt at all. They're just little anxieties or little dreams or little phantoms that kind of could wake you up at night. So for example, it might be a little bit rough to adjust your sleep schedule, but I think it's going to benefit you in the long run. Yeah, I think this hard work is going to be really helpful for you guys too. I think you're going to get a lot of success from this business, right? Seven of Pentacles talks about cashing in on your investments or just planting your investments for the future. I think a lot of this hard work is going to pay off in the long run. I think if you guys have any kind of job where your income's variable, so for example, if you, how do I put this? If you don't have like a fixed income with your job and it's like based on your performance, you will be making investments with working at home and like cashing in on these investments later, right? This could even be switching your job up, right? Maybe your job doesn't pay as much and you're actually switching to a different career where you do work from home. And maybe this new career pays a little bit more. So I do see that through switching your routine up, it might even be that you're switching your job up, your actual career. And so you're choosing a career where it's more in tune with your intuitive sensitive nature, and it's more in tune with the fact that it's like based on your own individual hard work, right? And you get to work from home, right? And you get a little bit of success from that. So I'm going to end your reading there. I really enjoyed reading for you guys. It was a pleasure. It was an honor. It was a lot of fun. With that said, I'm going to move on to the next group, which is the Serpentine? No. Septarian. Yeah, moving on to the Septarian. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next pick a card. Bye. Hey, group 4, this is if you picked the Septarian, also known as Dragonstone. I think every once in a while I have to get goofy during one of the piles. Yeah, enough said. Okay, let's get into your reading. So let's roll these astro dice to get a hint about your blessing. And I'm also going to pull a Star Codes Oracle to figure out what else is coming on with your blessing. So let's pull the Star Codes Oracle, Astro Oracle right now. Let's see what cards need to come through for Group 4's blessing. It's coming in next for them. Okay, first card we have over here is Root, Imum Coli, and then we also have Aquarius, Collaborate. You got a double Uranus energy right here. I'm not super familiar with astrology, so I'm not really sure how Emum Koli is pronounced, but I do see that it says root. And I do think you guys, one of your things is you're getting back to your roots. I honestly think that through some form of collaboration with others, you're going to be getting back to the roots of who you are as an individual. And it could have to do with your creativity. It could have to do with your creativity, or it could have to do with who you find romantically attractive. So I honestly think that you're going to be reestablishing one of those two things. So for example, with this next blessing, one thing that's leading you to this blessing with Aquarius Collaborate is working with others. You see this vase being filled into a cup here, and I think you filling other people's cups is going to bring you surprising results. We have Uranus here, which indicates the unexpected surprises. It could indicate rebellion, but I'm just seeing something unexpected. I think you guys really in the past have not worked well with groups. I would bet that you have not worked well with groups. You are a solo person. Like when people ask you to make partnerships or collaborate, you're always saying like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Like I'm going to stay out of it. I don't want to work with others. Like I'm just better working on my own. I don't want to deal with other people like that. Honestly, the universe is going to push you into some collaborations and partnerships, and it's going to feel a little shaky at first is kind of what I'm seeing. Especially with this Uranus energy, I think you're going to expect it to go bad and it's going to go really good. Or some partnerships you could expect to go good and it'll go like bad. It's interesting because Uranus is kind of just showing me that like whatever you expect to happen, the universe is going to throw you a curveball, right? And so the interesting thing is for most of you, I am seeing that you don't work well in partnerships, right? For those of you who do work well in partnerships, you're going to be collaborating with people and you're coming to this reading, you're thinking in your head, I love working with people. I'm such a team player. You're going to be working with people who are a little rebellious in nature, and it'll be different for you in some way, shape, or form. People who are going to rebel against your leadership in a way, if that makes sense. So, for example, maybe you're used to leading teams or something like that, and these people are going to rebel or share their own ideas, and you're going to be like, whoa, I'm taken aback or something, you know, because maybe you're used to everyone just following your orders and no one batting an eye, right? These are people who are going to share their opinion, stand up for themselves, say what they need to say in the collaboration, put in their 2 cents, and you're going to be surprised because you guys are going to really be appreciating the value of teamwork. So, and it's going to be unexpected, whether you're the introverted type or the extroverted leader type. Either way, I'm seeing that you guys pick this pile. You don't necessarily, it's kind of like your way or the highway. Whether you isolate from others or you make others submit to your plan, you're kind of like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But it's interesting because you're going to learn the value of teamwork coming up. And it's interesting because it's going to lead to this crazy ability to stand out even more, right? I think it's interesting because it's weird. The more you collaborate with other people, the more your unique self starts to emerge. It's like through sharing with others, you're learning about yourself or returning to your past, if that makes sense. So you're returning to who you were as a child. You're returning to who you were when you were growing up. And you're getting more in tune with that flamboyant, extroverted version of yourself that is very charming and charismatic. I really do see you guys developing a lot of romantic charm in this period of time. Especially with this Leo energy, I definitely see you guys developing charm, romantic charm. What else? Let's see. You could start being more center stage. Like even though you're working with others and listening to their opinions, maybe other people are starting to look up to you because you listen to their opinions, right? And because you're working together as a team. So it's making you stand out even more. With the final thing right here with the 5th house, I am seeing a few things. I am seeing you developing like at least a couple different lovers. Or people, romantic interests. Could just be one if you're not into multiple partners, but I am seeing multiple options coming your way of people that are possibilities for romantic interests. And they're all going to be people that remind you of people from your past that you had pleasant experiences with. And I want to emphasize pleasant because this is a blessing coming through. This is your next big success. So you're going to have relationships that are blessings from your past. So those people that you had crushes on when you were in like young, like when you were like 12 or something, and you never got to date them or they never dated you, people are coming back that are carbon copies of those people. And basically, those people are going to be really interested in you. You're getting in touch with your childhood self, but with the experience of other people and group situations, which is adding to your charm and charisma and bringing you the romantic interest of your dreams. If it's not a romantic interest, it's going to be getting in touch with your creativity. If you guys as a child were artists or you struggled with art, if you had difficulty creating things, maybe you tried making music, but it was hard. Maybe you tried painting and it was difficult. Maybe you tried doing anything that was really creative or like that, and it kind of like fell flat. This could even be sports too. Maybe you tried playing a sport when you were younger and it didn't work out. Like maybe you were uncoordinated or something, and all of a sudden you're getting in touch with your roots and falling in love with that sport again with the help of friends, with the help of people. So for example, if it is a sport and you're learning to play a sport, with Aquarius here, there could be this energy of getting in touch with teamwork and realizing that like you can play sports because you have a team to play with now, or you can create and paint because you have other people to bounce ideas off of, or you have people you can work with to create those paintings. You have maybe you find a band, right? And there's other musicians and you're finally able to pursue your dream of music because you found the correct bandmates that like create the perfect sound, right? Whatever that root childhood dream was, of creative dream that you've had, that's going to get reestablished. You're getting back to your roots with the help of other people, right? You can think of this analogy here. You know, when a tree first starts to grow, you have to tie poles to the sides of it with those rubber bands, right? So the tree doesn't wobble or grow in a different weird direction, right? It's like, so the tree doesn't fall down. I don't even know what those bands are for. Is it for the wind? Is it for, I don't know, is it just because random people come and try to push the tree over? All I know is it's to keep the tree stable, right? And so what you're having here is other people like these poles around the tree helping you stay stable in this period where you're getting back to your roots, right? It's a really beautiful thing. And with this Leo energy, I'm seeing strong center stage. I think that even though you collaborate with these people, I think eventually you're going to become the star of the show. Let's see, we have Princess of Pentacles. I'm putting that right here. Yeah, you're going to become the star of the show. Let's see. Let's see what else is coming through. We have 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and 6 of Swords. And over here we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Prince of Swords. Yeah, we have a lot of different people here with the Princess of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Princess of Pentacles. It could be you're breaking inner fears. Like this Queen of Swords here who is shattering this sword. The swords represent thoughts, right? And she is shattering it. She's straight up just broken in half. I think you're so strong that you're breaking down inner fears, things that have been holding you back, keeping you from moving forward in your life. With the 6 of Swords here, I think a lot of these people that you're collaborating with are going to take the load off your shoulders, right? They're going to take the load off your shoulders. It's going to feel like lighter. The work's going to feel lighter. With 2 of Chalices, I feel a lot of these people you're collaborating with are soulmates. I feel like a lot of them are soulmates. You're going to be meeting a lot of soulmates who are either like, remember in my situation where you're the introverted ones, you're going to finally be meeting people that you can work well with, and it's going to feel like a soulmate connection. Also, for those of you who've worked with people in the past, but you've just been a dominant team player and you've not really listened to anyone else's opinions, you're going to have these people who are going to share their opinion no matter what, and they're going to get in your face about it. And you're going to really respect them for that. You're going to be like, wow, I respect the fact that you like stood up to me essentially, you know, or the fact that you actually said something. You didn't just like, you know, suffer with bitter resentment. Like you actually came to me and said something about what you're going through, right? With 5 of Chalices here, it's interesting because I think that you guys are going to be changing so much. Like if you look at this woman looking in her reflection, you're going to be noticing that you're changing. I don't think other people, like the last group, I think the last group, other people are noticing their changes. I think with you guys, you'll be noticing your changes. So for example, you might be looking in the mirror periodically and noticing your face is a little different than it usually is, or you feel happier, your skin looks better or something like that. So I think that's something that's going to be happening for you guys. With the Princess of Swords, this popped up, flipped out of the deck, and it's interesting because she's not on her horse, and her armor is on her horse, right? So I do think that possibly in this period of creativity, there is going to be a little feeling of disassociation because it's going to feel surreal. It's going to feel so surreal because it's like a dream. You're going to your past, right? You're looking towards your past. And I honestly think that it's just going to feel a little surreal. The fact that you're going to be doing this again, you're getting in touch with your creativity, or with the Lovers, which is interesting because we have the Queen of Swords breaking down barriers. We have the Princess of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords. These are the Knights in traditional tarot. 2 Knights could be coming in as far as your romantic interests. And because these are all court cards, if this is the romantic version, you could be dealing with a romantic interest, like 2 younger people and then 1 person that's like predominantly your age or older or something like that, that are coming in as your romantic interest during this time. That if you remember people from your past, you probably had an earth sign that you liked a lot, and you probably had an air sign that you were really attracted to in your past. If you were into zodiac when you were younger, this is going to resonate for you guys. If not, it's just going to be someone who has like general earthy energy and someone who has general airy energy. So you probably had attractions to 2 types of different people when you were younger. You're going to be experiencing romantic connections with both types. Both will be coming back into your life. If you're the version of this that's the romantic interest versus the version that's getting in touch with their creativity, right? So yeah, with that said, I'm going to end your guys' reading there. I really enjoyed reading for you today. It was a lot of fun. It was a pleasure. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Moving on to group 5 with the Black Tourmaline. Goodbye. Hey, group 5, this is if you picked the Black Tourmaline, the one that kind of looks like a bullet. Yeah, Tourmaline is good for protection and grounding. All right, so let's get these astrodites out of the way and we'll get into your blessing. You have Capricorn, 3, and Uranus. Okay, let's draw an Astro Star Codes or Astro Oracle to get the rest of the information about your blessings. We have the Moon, Perception, and we also have double Capricorn energy. Very interesting. Okay, so with Capricorn Achieve and the Unexpected here with the Uranus card, or the Uranus dice, I do think you guys will be getting into more of an achiever mindset coming up soon. Like you're going to feel more like achieving, and your efforts are actually going to pay off. I think you'll be seeing quick returns from your efforts because the Moon rotates around the planet pretty quickly. And it talks about perception. With the 3rd house here, this is dealing with social media, I think, is kind of how it's coming through to me, specifically in this reading. And I think that with this achievements, first of all, it's gonna be unexpected how much you're gonna want to achieve. You're gonna start feeling it. The next big success is gonna come when you start to feel like you want to achieve more in your life, right? That's kind of the feeling you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like you want to achieve more. You want to make a name for yourself. You want to stand out. And with the Uranus card, this feeling is gonna take you by surprise, right? I also think with Capricorns in general are lucky for you guys in this next time period when you feel like you want to start achieving a lot more in life. I honestly think if you have some Capricorn energy or a Capricorn friend or some Capricorn person who is going to give you advice on how to achieve more in this period of time. I'm going to be honest, your guys' blessing is coming through very vaguely. It looks like something to do with achievement and most likely something to do with communications or on social media. This could even be some kind of advancement or thing in school. So for example, if it's not social media, you guys are not that active on social media and you're in education, like in a college course or something like that, or learning something. With the Moon here, I think that in a short amount of time, you're going to be receiving a good grade on something, or your studying is going to be paying off for receiving a good grade on something or something like that. I do think that this is going to happen in like a moon cycle, so about a month. I think this is like the next big blessing for you is coming in about a month. I'm going to need to pull more tarot cards to see what the rest of the blessing is. Let's see. I'm just not getting a lot of information with these cards. Sorry, guys. I'll get more with the tarot. Let's get more information. This is coming out here. We have 10 of Pentacles. We have King of Pentacles. We have the moon again. We have the priest. Okay, it's starting to make sense. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, one thing I want to make you guys aware of real quick is with this Two of Swords, him being blinded and the moon represented being twice, your path forward is not going to be clear, right? You're just going to feel the urge to achieve more, but the path forward is not going to be clear. You might be striking out blindly in this period of time. With Uranus, your achievement is coming through as almost like a psychic perception that it is time to start achieving, but you might not be aware of where you're going or where you want to end up. You're just feeling like you want to achieve more. I do see that you're going to be guided by some kind of a mentor. We see here with the priest, with him anointing him with the hat. I do think that you're going to be guided by someone. It could be someone in your family with the Ten of Pentacles here. But you're going to be guided by someone specifically, and it could be a Capricorn person as well. There's a feeling of being guided on the path, right? Now, I'm keeping this vague because I think for a lot of you who picked this group, the achievement is going to be something very unique and very specific. With the moon energy here, it's going to be very, it could be a bizarre, like kind of a bizarre interest or something that you're kind of want to achieve that's kind of weird or unique in some way. The thing is, I think this trusted person that you tell about this is going to have a lot of advice for how to achieve this goal. It would be very wise to listen to them, especially if they're an earth sign and especially if they're a Capricorn. I think this person is going to help push you through on your path. With the moon here and this being a crescent moon, it looks as if the moon is going to be new, or how do I put this? The moon is coming up twice. Moon cycles are very important. If you guys manifest with moon cycles, I think this is a blessing that's coming to you within one moon cycle. I personally don't manifest with the moon, but I know a lot of people do, and they achieve great results with it. Another thing I want to point out is there's void of course moons. Make sure that when you do your projects, you're not doing them in a void of course moon. That's something that's coming through for some of you guys, that just to check for the void of course moon. With this energy here, even though you're blindfolded and you're in a way not seeing the path forward and this person's guiding you and you don't really see clearly what's happening, you know you still need to push ahead even in the darkness is kind of what I'm seeing. And so this unexpected feeling, it's almost like weird because normally people only push ahead when they can see the path ahead of them. You know, it's like, why would you run the marathon if you can't see the racetrack? You know, like you need to see where you're going to know how to move forward, right? Or else you're just running in a blind direction. Here's the thing. You guys are guided by your psychic gifts. Your psychic gifts are pushing you forward. If you guys ever feel lost, I would connect with the moon. I would stand outside when the moon is out, whether it's in the daytime or the nighttime, no matter when the moon is in the sky. Stand there, connect with it, look up to where the moon is, receive its energies. And I honestly think this will help you push through to your goal. With Ten of Pentacles here, there could be a feeling of, because this is coming through as general like family, but it also could be a feeling of huge financial gains. So this could be the step, not necessarily saying you'll get it in one full moon cycle, but it could be the step on the path to huge financial gains. This could also be a method that if you implement this method a few more times in your life, a few more moon cycles, it could bring huge rewards. With King of Pentacles and Prince of Pentacles, you are going from a prince to a king in this situation. So I think you're getting an upgrade in your status a little bit. With the third house here, I do think this could be in your social status. I do think this could be in your education, your knowledge. I do think this could be with your peers. So it's just like a jump up in status with your peers. Yeah, with moon perception, it's interesting. This perception thing is haunting me. Like I keep looking at it, I'm like, what does it mean? Perception, perception, perception. I think with perception, this could deal with how people are perceiving you. So for example, it could deal with your achievement is not necessarily so much in a practical or worldly realm, but more in like on an intuitive emotional level where how people are perceiving you and your emotions, you know, and it's almost like I'm getting strong social media vibes for a lot of you, but if that doesn't resonate, realize it's just going to be some kind of interest that's very unique to you guys, right? And you're going to start wanting to achieve in this specific interest. And I think that it's going to be an interest where you're realizing I could do this in 1 moon cycle, or I could do this in a month. Like if I started now, I could finish this in a month. So keep that in mind with this reading. I'm going to end your guys' reading there. I'm not really getting too much more information. I'm sorry if this reading was a little bit shorter than the other ones. I'm not getting too much information other than what I'm seeing. So I'm going to end your reading there, and I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll bid you adieu, and I will see you later. Bye.